Some people have asked me about this, these eyes that I have. Let's see. It's actually wooden. This was hanging, I think this was at Tower Records on Sunset. And after the promotion for the Dangerous album was over, they gave this to me. I was very happy about that. Okay, let's see what else we have here in this box full of goodies. Michael on the cover of TV Guide. What year is this? I don't know what year this is. Looks like around 1995, I would say. This is, I posted this. This was a script from Sony to Michael, and it was for Michael to say a few greetings to different countries. And like this one, for instance, says, "Hi, this is Michael Jackson. I want to thank all of my fans in France for their continuing love and support all over the years. I hope to come and visit you very soon and perform for all of you. I look forward to seeing you. Until then, goodbye. Take care." And this is for the History album. And Michael, this is the original that they gave Michael in person while I was there witnessing it. He was at our office and he recorded all of these. And this is his handwriting. He wrote "now." And then in the same meeting, I wrote about this meeting in my book in pretty great detail. It was a meeting, a marketing meeting for the History album, and all of the big top executives from Michael's record company came to the office and they all met. And this was some of the stuff that they discussed. And these were Michael's notes from the meeting. I put this note in my book, so if you want to see it really well, pick up my book because there's a really nice picture of it in it. But this is the original. This is not a copy. This is the original. And he says, Michael wrote, "Biggest promotion my show has ever had, live on 13th and 14th of June, days following until album is in stores. Countdown, King of Pop, MJ History, Past, Present, and Future, June 20th. And that was what was on Michael's mind in that meeting for marketing. He wanted it to be the biggest ever, the biggest promotion his show has ever had. And this was April 20th, 1995, when he wrote this and when they had that meeting. This, oh, wow. Okay, wow. This is, you see what that is? It's a confidentiality agreement. This is a real live confidentiality agreement from Michael Jackson to me. This one, wow. For me, I had to sign. I've been asked this before. Like, how did you write your book? Didn't you have to sign a confidentiality agreement? Well, yes, I did. But for me, it was usually per project and per event or thing that I did with Michael, whatever it may have been that he didn't want me to discuss. And for the projects, anything that you did with him, you had to sign one of these. Like any short film, music video, you sign this before you even step on the set. You cannot enter the set without signing this confidentiality agreement. And this is the actual one of them that I had to sign. I think I probably signed like 5 or 6 in my lifetime with Michael. In addition to that, every time you entered the Neverland gates, you had to sign a confidentiality agreement. Every time I went to rehearsal for the tour, you had to sign one. So yeah, he was not playing. And so this is, and I'm not going to show you everything that's in it, but there are certain monetary penalties that are set here in stone, that if you break this contract, you have to pay it, and it goes up to like $1 million or something. So, yeah. This is my ticket to see Michael at the Soul Train 25th Anniversary Hall of Fame special. October 31st, 1995. That was a fun show. This is a note that one of the managers at Gallen-Morey, where I worked, left me. It says, Shana, get GMA crew, GMA is Good Morning America crew, into HR's office. That's the initials of one of the managers who worked there. As soon as they arrive, do not let them stay in the lobby. MJ is coming and he will be furious if the press is here. So, so when Good Morning America came, it was so ironic, because Good Morning America was coming to film something, and just so happens Michael was on his way too. So we were in a panic. I was so worried. It was my job to make sure the two never met. So I had to, as soon as Good Morning America came, I had to rush them into a conference room, and then Michael came, and neither of them ever knew that they were there at the same time. Good Morning America had no idea Michael Jackson was in the room next to them. So that was the kind of stuff that I had to do at my job. It was fun. I wish I could find a job like that again, because yeah, that kind of stuff was exciting. This is my original contract for Is This Scary? Look how brown it is. From 1993. This was the short film I did with Michael 3 years before Ghosts, and it was going to be the title track for the Addams Family Values movie. So this is my contract. So when you film something, you have to sign a contract. This actually is the scary call sheet. I showed the ghost call sheet before. This is This Scary. And what date was this? August 17th, 1993. And let's see, Michael Jackson. Let's see what time he had to be on the set here for Is This Scary. He wasn't playing the mayor in this one. It was just, he was just Michael, so he didn't have to get there as early because he didn't have that mayor makeup to put on. So let's see what this is. Michael Jackson, cast. His character is Michael Jackson, and he had to be on set at 10:30. Yep. So that's the difference between Is This Scary and Ghosts. With Ghosts, he had to be on set at or not on set, but at the set at 6:30 in the morning, sometimes 5:30 in the morning, to get his makeup done for the mayor, and that took 4 hours. But for Is This Scary, he didn't have to be the mayor, so he could come later. So yeah, 10:30 a.m. And this, I'll show you what we were filming that day. It tells you exactly what is going to happen during the day of filming. So on this day, it was the interior mansion foyer. The mob steps in. I was part of the mob. And, yep, and we did it at CBS MTM Studios in Studio City. This is my pass for Too Bad. Oh, this is an advertisement for the HBO one-man special that, one-man show, I should say, that never happened. We were preparing for it, just for HBO, a personal concert from New York City's Beacon Theater, and it was going to be awesome. It was just going to be Michael, and he was doing his hits and some great things, but Michael got sick and had to cancel the whole thing. But this is the advertisement for it. I guess it's pretty rare, but it's really nice. Let's see. Oh, this is, I wrote in my book, Michael and Me, about how Michael wanted to work with Dr. Dre. And just so happens I was invited to this party at Dr. Dre's house. And I went to the party and I asked I asked Dr. Dre if he would work with Michael. It was for the History album. And I just knew he would want to. Like, who wouldn't want to work with Michael Jackson? But anyway, the rest of the story is in the book. It's pretty interesting. But yeah, this was my little pass to get through the gate at his house. 1994. This whenever I would go to lunch, one of our runners would take over for me and answer the phones for me. And this one was our runner Kenny Simmer. When I got back from lunch, he had written this note for me. And it says, Shana, from Brooke Shields, February 26, 5:30. Stay away from Michael. He's mine. That's just the kind of crazy, silly stuff that everyone would always do and tease me about regarding Michael, because everyone knew how much I loved him. So, this is a speech that Michael gave. I'm not sure what this was for. Let's see. This was faxed over January 7th, 1994. So it was somewhere around there. And here's the really cool thing. Coretta Scott King, whatever this was, it must have been something that had to do with Martin Luther King, because as you guys know, I'm sure, Coretta King is Martin Luther King's widow. And she introduced Michael at whatever event this was. And this was Coretta King's speech introducing Michael. And a lot of you don't know it, I'm sure, but Michael had to approve even the introductions that people gave him. So say, for instance, if you saw Elizabeth Taylor introduce him at the American Music Awards, Michael had already seen and approved her introduction of him. And this was the same. You know, we received Coretta King's speech, which was probably written for her by somebody else, and it had to be approved. And I don't know what event this was for, but this is Michael's speech, and this is just a draft. I don't remember who wrote this speech for him, but yeah. What is this? It says, I'll read a couple of the first lines. Michael says, "Thank you, Mrs. King. I'm honored to be here tonight. I was just a boy when Dr. King marched in Selma, Montgomery, and Birmingham and called on America to make good on its promise of equality. I was just a boy and did not fully understand at the time the selflessness of his acts, the enormous courage he displayed, nor the tremendous amount of love he possessed in his soul. But today I am a man. I do understand, and that is why Dr. King is a true hero of mine. How could I not admire someone whose dream said, 'Learn to love and care about one another'?" This is a great speech. And it ends with, "I believe in the future, my friends. Peace and love is the only way." And as I said, that was 1994. Things don't seem to have gotten much better since then. In fact, I think it was probably better then than it is now. But, you know, hope springs eternal. Hopefully things will someday become that dream world that both Dr. King and Michael hoped for.